Okay, next item would be item 9.4. Now I know this is a kind of issue that was put to rest last Saturday, or was it Friday? But I know a lot of our community members called me and talked to me about they want some type of symbolic gesture on this, and and you can lower your hand now because I'm still talking, Brenda.
Okay, as long as you remember that I do have this on there.
I know I got it.
Before you take a vote. You can't.
And the vote would be symbolic and a representation of what this board and what this community, their concerns were and will be. And I think it's a closure on this project. And what we have now is it is a vote, a symbolic vote, but what I brought up to this community, I don't know if I think I put some on the desk, and there's some more here. If any of the board members have not got this.
I'm going to have to interrupt. Brian Baca called me and sent me a letter, made me specifically interrupt you. He told me I could interrupt you for the community. I have the letter here from Brian Baca that said you cannot vote on this. It is a dead issue. He made, and I'm just letting you know, Carl, he made me aware, he called me, he emailed me, and I will share it with everybody. It is out of order.
Ma'am?
It is, no, against the Brown Act, it is against the policy I-1, and
It's not against the
he would like to know
and according to this,
he cannot do this.
According to this, it says
It
Board
is
of
what it
Supervisors
is.
Policy I-1 states that planning groups may review and make recommendations on private lands.
It is
In terms
what
of the
it
former
is.
Blackwater
Yes, but
project,
the
no
community-
application currently exists for the planning, material planning group to review or make recommendations
No.
upon. This is from the Chief of Regulatory Planning of DPLU.
No.
This is going to go forward, and if you
Brian Baca will know this. He told me to call one more.
Adopted by the group on the March 2nd meeting would be inconsistent with the board policy I-1. I think your board members need to know. Your board members need to know what it said.
Let him get a piece from Mr. Baca.
if you would listen and try to understand, you might change your mind. This is for the community members to read through this. It's a synopsis of what Blackwater would try to do and why it's not consistent with our general plan and our sub-regional plan. And if the board would have done their job
They
and looked
did.
at the
They did
sub-regional
their job.
plan.
Good job.
If the recall had not happened, everything would have turned out exactly as it is.
Can you keep quiet, please?
No, you are.
Can you keep quiet?
Doing the sound test first, like they said.
This is totally outrageous behavior from your two.
Excuse me.
Well, then, be still, and you have your speaker slips.
And I have it up there, but you don't call on us. Okay.
Now, Terry,
Either
will
way,
you
for
read
the
the...
EIR, we wouldn't
There's
have.
nothing on this about the EIR. There's nothing on here about the EIR.
Well, the EIR would stop them.
That's right.
No,
The only thing, yeah.
That's the only thing.
The only thing.
Go, Terry.
Get him on camera.
I would like to introduce a motion to reconsider and amend Form 534 dated December 14, 2006 and August 9, 2007 as it pertains to the Blackwater project MUP number P06-069, rezone number R06-016. Excuse me? Thank you. And the disestablishment of the agricultural preserve number AP-06-004. So in light of the recent Harris fire, which destroyed thousands of acres and came to the edge of the project site, which amplified the site's importance as a wetland meadow and wildlife foraging area, and thereby multiplied the potential environmental damage that would be done by developing this site as a private military installation. In addition, there are modifications to the project plan, such as a fuel truck being added, the noise berms, sound walls extended from 24 feet through 40 feet height to mitigate the noise impacts. Also, the total area of impact, either direct or indirect, of the project is now estimated to be 400 and a half 402.5 acres. The incompleteness of the
Excuse me, that's not the same
Board
resolution.
534s, and last but not least is the president setting the Potrero recall election. Considering this pertinent new information on the Blackwater project, does the Potrero Planning Group vote to reconsider? All in favor say aye. All opposed?
I object to that.
Aye.
Object also, that is not the resolution you put out.
All
It's
opposed?
not the resolution.
Let them do it. Make them happy.
It's not what you put out, Judge.
Mel, can you just hold it down? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, so that symbolic, that's a resolution, ma'am, that wasn't, that's.
That's not a
That's what you
motion
read,
or
a resolution, correct?
No.
She
There's
said
a-
I'd
no,
like
I'm
to
sorry,
put out a
there's a
resolution.
motion to reconsider.
She made a motion to reconsider?
Yes,
Not a resolution?
no,
And now you can do a resolution?
no, that,
It's all over.
we
That's-
could?
That's what you put out here for us, for the community.
Okay,
No, I'm sorry, but you can't.
Okay, wait.
Just let them continue.
now, there's a letter that we did receive, that we had in our hand, back in August of '07. And this letter came from county council about the first 534 in December. And this letter says, from county council to one of our lawyers, actually. Your letter to Mr. Tom Pastowski, clerk of the board of supervisors, regarding the Potrero Community Planning Group was forwarded to our office for a response. The county has been unable to find any document showing the appointment of Manu Sousa, Eric Berger, or Mike
Is this
Rubalcaba
on the agenda at all?
to the Potrero Community Planning Group. Based on this information, we conclude that these persons are not appointed members. Any votes by these persons while improperly seated will not be considered valid in any action taken by the Potrero Community Planning Group. No further action by the Board of Supervisors to cure or correct this matter is required under Government Code Section 54960.1. So that, due to the 3 illegal members, Manu Sousa seconding that motion back in December, invalidated the December 534. That's just another footnote in the sad history here.
And Diane Jacobs also sent an email stating that they should not have done this, but they will.
Now we
wait.
will go to, if you have not, this is just you could take this home and read it. This was a outline on the project and how this, and this is not from me, this is from, there's about 3 pages here. This is all from our general plan, general plan element, our land use element, and our conservation element, and our open space element. All relevant to this project and how it, if they would actually looked at the general plan, they would know that this project would have never been allowed because the use they're allowing is not allowed by right, and they would have to go through all the policies and goals, and they wouldn't, as far as I'm concerned, they would never pass that because some of them goes totally against what they were asking for. For instance, this is under open space element. This ain't me, this is word for word.
I'm sorry, but where are you on the agenda? I'm lost.
This
This is under 9.4?
We added some to the agenda now.
This is 9-4.
This, a motion to reconsider the Blackwater
Well, this is
project?
really not, it's all part of it, man. If you just listen, you might learn something.
I got it.
From you?
This is something about Mountain Meadow. You kids all read this. I have a lot of the copies for people here. And as we're looking at the open space on page I-27, it says, recognize that mountain meadows constitute a significant component of cattle grazing operations, and that areas used for cattle grazing promote the retention of these meadows for grazing purposes when subdivisions or other development is proposed. Unless constrained by environmental resources, mountain meadows should be preserved for cattle grazing. That's just one little item out of all our elements, 11 elements. And if last board would have looked at it at all, they would have recognized that this Blackwater project does not fit that mountain meadow in that area.
You voted on it, why don't we just move along?
Just beating a dead horse here.
Okay, I was just, I mean,
Just move along.
Let's get off of this Blackwater thing.
Yes.
okay. I have the resolution. Does all the members have a copy of the resolution? Where?
Whereas, 1, the proposed Blackwater facility is inconsistent with San Diego County Council's general plan, and the proposed Blackwater facility is inconsistent with Potrero sub-regional plan, which limits commercial businesses to the commercially zoned property in the county town. And the proposed Blackwater facility is inconsistent with Potrero's community character statement. And the proposed Blackwater facility has unmitigatable, I have a problem with that word, sorry, impacts to the Potero's noise ordinance, generation of traffic, scale is not compatible with the building environment, and the density of the project is 6 times greater than is allowed by right, and the rezone is not in the interest of the public good, and the disestablishment of an agricultural preserve is not in the interest of the public good, and would threaten already diminishing farmland and decrease open space and corridors. And the proposed Blackwater facility would threaten the abundant flora and fauna, fragment and wildlife in their habitat. And the proposed Blackwater facility would cause the destruction of a mountain meadow. And the recent precedent-setting recall election of the previous pro-Blackwater planning group members by a 2-to-1 margin sent a clear message that the majority of Potrero residents do not want the proposed Blackwater facility to be located in Potrero. Now therefore, the Potrero Community Planning Group resolves that the Blackwater West Project, MUP number P06-069, rezone number R06-016, agricultural preserve number 06-004 be denied. I move that we, I make the motion that we accept this resolution.
I second it.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Okay, let's just call for a roll call vote this time. Okay, there is some public comment. Is it open now? If there's anyone, or let's get this over with.
Oh, no, go simple. No, Mr. Baca advised me.
Wait, let him call on you.
Well, he did.
Oh,
He looked
okay,
at me.
sorry.
He nodded his head and then, you know. Mr. Baca just wanted me to let you know that if you were to do that, what you just did, he wanted a video of that, please, from the board. We have our own, which we will provide. But Mr. Baca wanted me to let you know personally in the meeting, please send Mr. Baca the copy of that resolution that you guys just voted on.
I'd be glad.
Thank you.
Yes.
I think that's an excellent resolution, and I think it's very, very useful, and I'm delighted that you people decided to do this.
Brenda's got to come.
Just wait. He knows I'm here. Give him a break.
I'd like to comment on it. Your resolution as written paints a picture which is not. A lot of it is in false and innuendo statements and can be proven by looking at the original major use permit submission. This was never going to be a military training center. It was going to be a law enforcement training center. Well,
Excuse me,
I think you're wrong yourself. So I think you may have overstepped your bounds. I don't know, but time will tell.
I mean, the very first sentence?
No, in general, there's a lot of false statements here about what they're going to be using down there. Their entire regime was to replace the existing buildings in an area that was cleared. They were never going to go out into the other areas that are already being used for cattle running. So I think you may find that this might backfire on you.
Okay, thank you. Because I got all that information from the county applicant's file down there. 402 came straight from the file.
Fake comment.
Okay, roll call vote.
I've got a slip there too.
Okay.
Are you just disregarding people for the slips?
948.
Okay, I got 3 points to make here. First off, on the past board, Mike, Emil, and Eric never voted on that particular thing. That was a vote from the '06.
Yeah.
That was never they were never part of that vote. So I don't know where they get the idea that it's negated because they never voted on that. It was in '06 of December.
Yep.
Because I was on that board. Secondly, for you as a board group to try to rectify what occurred 2 years ago, there is no longer anything in the county as far as a application. So your resolution is for naught. I don't understand what you're doing a resolution for something that's not even in.
It makes me feel good.
And thirdly, as a board and as a community, if you wanted to make this a healing process, you screwed up, pal, because you are bringing things up again and again and again when it should have just been dropped because it. Carl, will you let me finish? You are making this. You are continuing this by this resolution or this mock resolution to keep this thing going. And that's what's not what we're supposed to do.
I think the community wanted us to do this.
Yes.
Yes, we did. It's a violation.
Okay. William has a first name, William? Brenda.
I'm sorry. I have a copy of a letter here sent from Brian Arbach, who's the Chief of Regulatory Planning, and it was sent today. And it says this email is provided in response to your March 12, 2008 email to Planning Group Coordinator Cheryl Jones regarding item 9.4 on the Ventura Planning Group agenda for its March 13, 2008 meeting. As you know, item 9.4 includes a reconsideration of the Blackwater project and an amended Form 534. Chairman Meyer has been informed by our department such a form cannot be provided to the Ventura Planning Group. As you know, the P06-069 application has been withdrawn by the applicant. Thus, the file has been closed and cannot be augmented with any new documents or other materials. All county application processing activity on this project has ceased. Board of Supervisors Policy I-1 states that planning groups may review and make recommendations on private development applications. In terms of the former Blackwater project, no application currently exists for the Ventura Planning Group to review or make recommendations upon. Any recommendation adopted by the group at the March 13, 2008 meeting would be inconsistent with Board Policy I-1, have no material effect, and not change the official record of the P06-069 case. If you have any questions, please contact me or email or give me a call at the number. I request a copy of any video regarding this issue. Brian Arbach, Chief Regulatory Planning.
Thank you for your comment. Mr. Baca was not aware of that letter from County Council. It was only carbon copied to, I think, our lawyers and a few other people. That's beside the point. We know this is symbolic. The community's asked me to do it, and we're going to do it. Next would be a roll call vote would be William Crawley. On the motion for the resolution?
To deny, correct?
Yes, this is denied.
Okay, yes.
The next will be Tina.
Yes.
Kit?
Yes.
Jan Henry? Yes. Terry Stevens?
Yes.
Janet Good?
Yes.
Mary Hall?
Yes.
Carl Meyer, yes. Janet Warren?
Yes.